Bon dia, Vacorja. Welcome, everybody. Eimear Burke here, and welcome to another Fireside Chat. And this is Fireside Chat 119. And as usual, I'll start with a prayer for peace. Gamara Shiakon of Fudna Krinya. Gamara Shiakon in our Jaili, agus in our Jirha. Ganairi Lin, Lena Kruj Garamaka. Gamij Buikas Jiv, Jeh Quivdaka, is Spirit Quivdaka. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in our homes and in our countries. May our missions be accomplished. We thank you, guardian spirits and guardian deities, for peace. As the fever of day calms towards twilight, may all that is strained in us come to ease. We pray for all who suffered violence today. May an unexpected serenity surprise them. For those who risk their lives each day for peace, may their hearts glimpse providence at the heart of history. That those who make riches from violence and war might hear in their dreams the cries of the lost. That we might see through our fear of each other a new vision to heal our fatal attraction to aggression. That those who enjoy the privilege of peace might not forget their tormented brothers and sisters. That the wolf might lie down with the lamb, that our swords be beaten unto plowshares, and no hurt or harm be done anywhere along the Holy Mountain, with thanks to John O'Donoghue. So hi, everybody. Let me see where you're from. South London, West Yorkshire, Northumberland, South Yorkshire, Slough, deepest, darkest, Elmer's End. That's a great place. Cork, lovely. Showery, London. Actually, the sun is shining here in Dublin. I'm actually in Dublin at the moment, not in Kilkenny. New York, lovely. You're also welcome. Ballina, that's Killaloe, County Clare. Wait a second. So we've got South Yorkshire, North Yorkshire, New Orleans, wonderful. Wyoming, Madrid, rainy Hertfordshire, Penzance, lovely. And South Wales, lovely to see you all. Welcome. And this is going to be, again, a shorter version because I have an early start in the morning. I'm heading off early in the morning to Wales to actually the Order's first Bardic Gorset. So in a beautiful place called Penmine Mawr. So anyway, lovely to see California, Washington State, Finland, California, Maine, Richmond, upstate New York, Normandy. Wonderful. Great. So this evening we are going to the Netherlands to a very internet podcast shy member of the Order. Let me introduce you to Taco Iserman. Taco, you're very, very welcome.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good description.
So we met recently at the Driada camp in the Netherlands.
Yeah, great camp. Really nice gathering.
Do you want just describe it for our viewers what it was like and what it's about, and why Driada?
Yeah, Driada camp. It was the 10th or the 9th, and it's a lovely gathering of all those people who don't meet during the year, all the different groves and solitary members, and of course there's some kind of core group of people who know each other since 25 years.
Yeah.
So it's something between a very calm meeting of friends and an explosion of energy and new acquaintances and creativity. Yeah,
it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So where are you? And that it was just and it was in reclaimed new land, they called it. Because it was reclaimed from the sea only 70 years ago, and that fascinated me.
Yeah,
to be on walking on the seabed,
man-made soil. Yeah.
I mean, I come from the bog, where everything is damp and there are drains. Nothing like what you do in the Netherlands with reclaiming from the
Yeah,
sea.
there was
And
bog here too, but we
yeah,
all plowed it up and burned it, of course. Yeah, like everywhere. Yeah, but there was bog.
and is it now agricultural land?
Mostly. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so our bogland that has been, where the peat has been removed.
Hmm.
There were some pilot programs trying to do some vegetables and things, but a lot of it is just it's returning to nature.
Yeah, that's great too. Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to see that. So where are you in the Netherlands, and what's your landscape like?
I am in the Middle East, center between the east and the center, Wageningen. It's a agricultural university city,
Ah,
and this university, agricultural university, is here because almost all soil types and vegetation types of Holland are here. So it's quite
oh,
diverse. We have the river and we have the Veluwe, which is a sandy, poor area, and we have clay in the near the riverbeds. So we have all kind of vegetation types and soil types on bicycle reach, let's say, and that's the reason why this university once was founded here.
okay.
Yeah.
Now I know you're an organic gardener. So did
Mhm.
you study in that university?
Yeah, that was the reason why I came here. Yeah, yeah. So I never planned to live here and spend my life here. But when you do your studies here, and then later on, I found a piece of land on an estate, a former estate, and then then you stay, and your children are born here, and then they go to school, and then you continue to stay. That's what life does.
Wow. And you as an organic, it's just interesting. I want to greet, we've got somebody from India here
Wow.
and somebody from Turkey, Sweden. It's just lovely to see how, and Slovenia, how broad the reach is for these fireside chats.
Yeah, great.
So are you, okay, being an organic gardener, are you feeding people with it other than your family?
Yeah, we're talking about the past. I was a organic vegetable grower for 15 years
Ah,
until 2013. And I always combined it with my consultancy in organic agriculture. So in
ah,
winter, when there was no production on the field, I had a consultancy firm. And since 2014, I am a temporary head gardener of estates and
ah,
consultant. So,
okay.
so now my practical job is not in my own garden, but always on, let's say, project basis, sometimes 1 year, sometimes 5 years. And for the
Okay.
rest of the time, the word we use now is coaching younger entrepreneurs to get their business going and to keep healthy and not fall over from all strain and productive stress. Yeah.
My son worked from age 15 to 20 on my friend's organic farm. Now she's just
Mhm.
stopped.
Ah,
I
yeah.
think she's just tired. And it really struck me how, well, I think any kind of farming or vegetable production, how much at the mercy of the elements and the weather that you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
And I was very close to it, when the leather jackets ate the carrot seedlings, or and nothing is sprayed. So
Yeah.
when there's too much rain at a particular time, washing away seedlings, and then you're maybe a month or 2 months behind. And we have a
Definitely.
very short growing year. And I'm
Yeah.
amazed with the Dutch. I mean, are you the second highest producer of food in the world, or?
Yeah, but that's not completely due to the organic farmers, huh? That's the
No.
intensive production, which imports food, feeds the cows, and exports it, and the quantities are a bit influenced by the fact that we have this big harbor. So we import and export, and the total export is also parts of what we import. So it's not all produced here, but we are a big agricultural producer. And to be very honest, I hope in the coming 20 years this will change, because it's better when people produce food where
They're all,
Yeah.
I'm just impressed. I mean, I don't know how long your growing season, but Ireland, I mean, we have a lovely temperate climate for which I am very grateful.
Yeah.
But a lot of the fruit and vegetable is imported from the Netherlands.
Yeah, but we have a fair quantity of percentage under glass.
Okay, yeah.
We have a lot of glass houses, and now since the energy prices go up, part of them they stopped producing because you don't produce from soil, but you produce from gas.
Explain.
I mean, these glass houses, as modern glass houses, they have artificial soil, let's say, artificial fertilizer and gas, and then you grow plants, and that's what we export. It's not the healthy produce you expect.
That I was not aware of.
No, but we can be proud of producing all this food, and we can do better in 20 years, I hope.
Wow. Yeah. You do export some organic stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
But we've been able to get that here
but
as well.
It's a small percentage compared to the other countries in Europe. We are only about 4% of agriculture is organic. That's not a lot.
That's very small. Yeah. Nimi says, is it hydroponics? Is that what you're talking about?
No, this is, how do you call this? Substrate. Is that an English word? Substrate?
It's the substrate, yeah, that's a word.
Substrate cultures, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Glass wool, rock wool with artificial fertilizers, yeah. Yeah, it's not so very interesting.
No. Yes. So, what's your landscape like? Coming from a Druid perspective.
Yeah, I live in a very rich surroundings because yesterday I was canoeing. There is some natural small rivers. There is the River Rhine, which is a big river, of course, coming from Switzerland, going to the North Sea. There is some, let's say, forests, small forests. There is some hills, not mountains, but hills, which makes you sweat when you bicycle, when you cycle. And nearby there's a real beautiful natural reserve, which is quite sandy. Mm-hmm. And so when we go out, when I go out with my kids or with myself, it's really rich. It's really rich, and you can really choose all kind of landscapes according to your wishes. Yeah.
So, do you have a secret? Okay, no, I'll get back to that. So, what brought you to Druidry, and how did you find Obok?
Yeah, I was still a student. It was 1997. So 26 years ago. So half my life ago. Yeah.
Okay.
And I went to some kind of seminar where our former princess, Irene van Liepe-Biesterveld, one of our princesses who talks about communication with nature and about nature reservation. So 27 years ago, I went to a congress with her. And after her talk, I saw a guy with a nice, how do you call this, glow, who had nice conversations with people. And in fact, I was drawn to him. Okay. And I thought, he is powerful, he has some kind of rest over him, and he is amiable. Is that a word?
Amiable, yeah.
Amiable. So I went to talk to him, and that was Ben Alink, which is one of the first generation of Obok druids in the Netherlands.
What's his name?
Ben Alink. He deceased, but Ben Alink is one of the first Obodies. And so I talked to him, and I said, I hear you saying interesting things. where does that come from? So he told me about Obok. And he lived 9 kilometers from where I lived.
Ah.
So 3 months later, I started the course. That was a good match. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was studying organic agriculture then. So I was already building my, let's say, worldview around sustainability and our relation with nature and with the earth and taking care of the earth. So this fitted me like a glove. Yeah.
Oh. And do you have a seed group or a grove that you belong to in the Netherlands near you?
Yeah, more or less. When I started the organic garden, the organic farm, we had a seed group with Ben Alink, so it was a grove because he was Druid, and we celebrated in our garden. And later on, when I left there, the seed group since then is a bit traveling. But Annemarie, who was with you last week, and Gert-Jan, they are the two caretakers of the seed group. So I celebrate with them often.
Okay.
And during a certain time, I was also a member of the French L'Ordre des Enfants de la Terre, which is, let's say, Obok's offspring. So I was also a member in France, where we celebrated in summer. That was also very nice.
Oh, is that when you went to France? You did it. You're not living, because you don't live near France. Okay.
No. There were friends there. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a seed group here, the Dassenburg, and Gert-Jan and Annemarie. They take care of it, and I join when I can. Yeah.
Lovely. And because we met at the Driada, and you had 4 children with you.
4 children, definitely. Yeah.
Are they Druids or are they interested?
Yeah. I mean, you can start a course when you're 18, no?
Yeah.
So they were born within the community of Obok. They always celebrated from baby on, and they all love it, and they all really have a good feeling with ceremonies and joining together. They really love it. And my eldest, who is now 21, she thinks about starting the course, and the others not yet, but they love to join still. So they're teenagers, and they still love to join the ceremonies when we go. Yeah. And they went to camp, of course.
They did. I was impressed.
If you ask them, I was only the driver. They went voluntary.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, they love it. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yes. So, how is I don't know how long are you in the order now?
Yeah, 26, 27 years, something like that.
Oh, God, you're longer than me. You're a very old Druid then. So,
I'm not even a Druid. I just hang around here, not studying too well.
And I'm not concerned about that because
no. But it's for a long time. It's part of my life. Yeah, and I love it. Yeah.
And so, being in the order for so long, and how has Druidry supported you?
Yeah, I think in many ways it fitted my and still fits my job with working and taking care of the soil and the earth. It fits really well, and it gives me not so much words, because when I talk to others, it's more technical words, but inside it gives me a whole landscape of words and feelings by which I can enrich my connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not so much the outside talk, because we have all kind of metaphors and stories which others don't share.
Uh-huh.
But I think it gave me how do you call this, confidence?
Yeah.
That I can speak for the earth, and not on a dramatic way, but that because we belong to it.
Yeah.
And then in your work, I can be more grounded. it's not something I learned it here on university,
Okay.
but it became embodied also through Druidry. Yeah.
And I said, well, yeah, Druidry is such an embodying path to to support all of that.
Yeah, and then apart from the job thing, of course, I have lived my life, and I had some how do you call this, big life events. So on the psychological or spiritual path, internal path, also it gives a lot. It gives a lot of images and solace. Is that solace?
Yeah, solace. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was really enriching. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I know you said you're not a druid, and you kind of, you didn't say mess around. You're just hanging around, but
Yeah.
I'm not taking you away with that one, because I don't accept that, and
Correct.
I don't accept it as being true. Is what I'm saying. You are a bard, because just to say to our viewers that you played with your 4 children at the Eisteddfod at the Drogheda camp, and I was like blown away that number one, you had your 4 kids with you and they played with you, and most impressive. So would you like to play a song? I know and if you've a few, that'd be great. And I'm just asking my viewers, would you like to hear a wonderful musician and singer? So would you like to do that?
Yeah. Of course, I like to do it, and of course, I'm how do you call this? Frightened.
Yes.
But that doesn't matter. We're all human.
Yep.
But I thought I will take a song which expresses how I'm in it. It's Eleanor McAvoy, and she has a beautiful song which is called "You'll Hear Better Songs Than This." But I will try. I miss my kids. They need to back me up, literally.
I have a vision of them standing behind you. Yes.
You hear better songs than this, with no trace of clumsiness, melodies and harmonies that complement the rhyme, favorite songs that reminisce, speak of times of happiness, sentiments that make you warm inside. You hear better voices pure and fine, voices far surpassing mine, hitting notes I never reach and never will, I suppose, phrases I could never play. You will hear them any day, played by people wearing younger clothes. But this song has a prayer for you, no other song on earth can do. This song swears my love for you until the end of time. So if you need to hear the blues, go put on those other tunes. But if you need my love, go put on mine. You hear better songs than this, songs so full of loveliness. I would not compare this song to any one of those. When I need to play the blues, I will play those other tunes. I will say I love you with my own. But this one has a prayer for you, no other song on earth can do. This song swears my love to you until the end of time. So if you need to hear the blues, go put on those other tunes. But if I need my love, go put on mine. But this song has a prayer to you, no other song on earth can do. This song swears my love for you until the end of time. So if you need to hear the blues, go put on those other tunes. But if you need my love, if you need my love, if you need my love, go put on mine.
Ooh, that was just beautiful. And Rosemary says, nice to actually hear the words for a change. And I think she's putting that down to your perfect diction.
Yeah.
You do, absolutely. It's beautiful melody and beautiful words, so poignant, just lovely, so sensitive and soulful. That was magical, beautiful, bravo.
Wow, thank you.
An enchanting and timeless song received with gratitude. That's from Musings from the Woodlands.
Nice.
I felt the heart in it. What a lovely song, very nice. Now, we're going to get another one because the one that you did for the test, that would be lovely to come in a few minutes. Corey says, I'm here during work, my first meeting with you guys. You're very welcome, Corey. Hope you don't get into trouble for watching us when you're working. Aukia says, Taco always sang a song when we gathered in the Grove for a celebration. Well done, Taco.
That's true. That's true.
I'm a fan here of Aukia. Yeah.
Nice.
Wonderful. So, and Rosemary, yes, that's so many songs these days you can't hear the words. Generally, I don't hear the lyrics because people mumble. I hear, and I always go with the melody, and I could hear yours perfectly. So,
I didn't know that, so thank you very much. Yeah.
And Timey says, to me, what Taco describes is the magnificent side of this community. Even though I'm not yet a member of Obok, it gives me community inspiration and support for my view and feeling of spirit and spiritual. But thank you all. Timey is a regular viewer here, and you're not a member. Wow, that's nice. That's dedication.
Great. Yeah.
Now, Devourer of Mani says, I'm 82%, I think he's very specific, sure that I've heard you and your family sing, play before. Have you been on TV or have you a YouTube channel?
Nothing of that. As you said, I'm a bit screen shy. But I think I'm sure my kids will make it in the world. Yeah, definitely. They will have their own channel.
Daniel wants to see your guitar.
This is a steel string guitar made in France, but a Western model. So yeah,
it's beautiful sound. It comes across really, really well, and on this. So it's not so bad being on screen. Sure, it isn't.
Yeah, maybe if I survive this evening, maybe I'll believe you.
Well, you've got loads of fans. Magical song, beautiful playing. So you're doing fine.
Thank you.
And Gabriella says, I think it's the melody. It has a universality in it, a heart-based tune. I also felt I heard it before. Nice instrument.
Nice. Yeah.
So, well, it's an Eleanor McAvoy song.
Yeah, it is.
It's just beautiful. And of course, your voice is so different to hers, and yet you have your own beautiful quality for singing that song. Just lovely. And you warmed up. It was getting richer and richer and richer as you sang.
Yeah, that's it. At first you need to come out. You still are inside, and at the end I was there.
You emerged.
Yeah.
It's just lovely. Yeah. So when you think of your life, what has been your greatest achievement?
Wow. I think one of my achievements is the fact that it's an easy one. When you have kids, the fact that I think my kids are happy and they are independent. They go their own way and they are not afraid to say bye-bye, daddy. So that's something. And something I always tend to be proud on is that I always was an entrepreneur. So I made my own enterprise. I made my own income. But recently I realized that there's more to learn because I'm coaching entrepreneurs.
Okay.
And to one of them, I said, entrepreneurs are just the ones who are afraid to let others take care of them.
Aha, yes.
So now you know my goal for the rest of my life.
Okay, you're a control freak, hoping to hand it over.
No, it's not a control freak. I think it's something, being independent and being proud of it means also that there's something with receiving and being taken care of and believing in that. So I think it's both good qualities, but I have more the one than the other. So that's where I will be working on. So maybe I'm proud of this insight.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So what is the all right. So what is the biggest challenge that you've overcome?
Wow, the biggest challenge that I've overcome.
Mm.
Yeah, I had some relational ups and downs,
Yeah.
and that's okay. People have that, but it inside it changes things and makes you go inside, and finally then you realize we all live outside and we all make mistakes, or we all take roads that we maybe shouldn't have taken, or stuff like that. And finally we arrive here, and we live here and now, and we relate to others here and now. So I think, yeah, that's something I overcome, because yeah, at a certain moment you're in the bog, no, or you're in the mud, and then with your wellies walking gets hard. And I think I regained speed again. So that's it.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Okay. So, given that you've had challenges, what is the most reckless thing you've ever done?
I think becoming an organic gardener without any experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was, but it was not reckless, but there was trust also. I thought, okay, you can hit your nose, but it will never be a big bruise. Yeah.
So so when you became the organic without any experience, is it that you hadn't even studied it, or you just went in?
Yeah, I studied organic agriculture on university level. So
Yes.
I knew everything about nutrient cycles and the world in and export of organic farms, and how we could use it to take care of our earth. But that is something completely different than growing lettuce or carrots on the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Theory is one thing, but practice is another.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's great, putting into practice what you have learned theoretically. It's like walking the talk.
That's it.
And really getting it, feeling it, yeah.
And we never learn unless we start, no?
No, absolutely not. And I suppose taking risks is really, really important.
Yeah.
Have you any regrets?
Yeah, many small regrets, but I wouldn't. This morning I was talking to somebody and I said I wouldn't change a thing, because everything you do makes you what you are now.
Mm-hmm.
There's movies about people who can travel back in time and change things, and then they come back in the now and they have a different kid or a different wife or a different job or a different life at all. So yeah, regret, not about the things I've done, but of course there's things like when you have a problem with somebody, you when I was as courageous as I am now, you could talk things out and you can explain yourself more. So regret, no, but maybe I should have, when I was as wise as I am now, halfway I'm now, huh? I will be wiser. But then I would have talked and explained myself more, I guess.
And I suppose you can't put an old head on young shoulders. And
That's
I mean,
it.
I felt myself, if only I knew then what I know now, wouldn't things have been different? But then those mistakes are also part of the learning.
Definitely. Yeah.
Devourer says, if you've no regrets, can you say you've lived life?
I don't know. I said I had many small regrets, but
Yeah.
no big ones. No, of course. There's a lot. I think, yeah, in my and in every life there is a lot that shouldn't have been said or should have been said earlier.
Yeah.
I was never used to explaining myself or explaining why I felt or did like something. And now I'm more aware of that nobody can read my mind. If I want them to know me, I should explain myself.
It's so interesting how often, I say with couples particularly, like, we've been together 30 years. And you should know that I've never like blah, blah. And said, well, you never said. And there's
Yeah.
an assumption when we are in close relationship with people within family that
Yeah.
somebody should be able to read our mind if they really
Yeah.
cared.
Yeah. If they did an effort.
Yeah.
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 They made an
And
effort. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's so important for any of us to, and yet it's not often easy, but to be able to say it,
Yeah. And
be
by
clear.
explaining yourself, most of the time I realize what I mean because before it's a feeling. And when you express it in words, you give words to it, then you hear yourself, oh, is this what I find important? Is this the nuance, the small thing which hit me or which, yeah, I think, yeah, also by trying to express what you feel or what's inside you, you get to know yourself better.
That's right. And it's something like you say about hearing yourself say it rather than than thinking it.
Yeah.
Devara said it's we all don't imagine, but like telling someone you love them before it's too late or taking chances. And this is really, really important that we do
Mm-hmm.
share that,
Yeah.
those
That's,
sentiments with people. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So have you another song? Will you do Ride On?
I will. I like to do Ride On. I love the song, but is there time for another one?
Yes,
Maybe
please.
later. Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. So then I will do Ride On now because there's another one which I made the text on it, which is my most druidic song.
Oh, okay. The best one for last. Brilliant.
But this feels a little bit strange because now I'm going to sing a song of an Irish singer, being Dutch and you being Irish. So
So then McAvoy, she's also Irish. This is
I
your
know.
one. Yeah, and Marcella loves Ride On. Yep.
True, you ride the finest horse I've ever seen. Standard 61 or 2, with eyes wild and green. You ride a horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without no trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. Turn to face an empty space where you used to lie. Look for a spark to light a night through a teardrop in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you no matter how I wanted to. No matter how I wanted to.
That is Such a beautiful song. Just a beautiful song. Thank you so, so much. And just to get back to what we were saying earlier, Philosophical Phoenix says, it completely relates to what she said. Once they articulate my viewpoint, I feel much more confident in it. And then sometimes realize I might need to rethink my position, and that's very helpful. And I think it's really important to be able to do that and allow yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes our ideas aren't fully shaped, and it's not until we articulate them and you're going, oh, doesn't sound so not quite that. And then you just shape what it is you want to say, because we're not always completely articulate.
Yeah, and also for me, I work with the inner family, which is a coaching structure. And you can also ask yourself, who is talking now? Who is giving words to what I feel? Because in this inner family, there's an inner man, or the inner male, the inner woman, the inner girl, and the inner boy. It's a bit like voice dialogue.
Yeah.
More or less, but much simpler. And then sometimes you feel you hear yourself saying things, and it becomes clear that you're a hurt child, or a frightened child, or you are the overprotective male, So by vocalizing things, you can also discover who is talking here. Because you can be convinced of things, but you don't know who is convinced, which part of you. So giving words to things can also make clear if it's out of fear, or out of conviction, or out of wisdom, or
Yeah. So Nimi says, we develop as we express to others. Yeah, absolutely. It's just beautifully put. And that is such Marcella, who's Irish, and she said, what did she say? Christy would be impressed.
Would be great. Yeah. That's something that happens in your dreams, no? That there's a concert going on, and then somebody says, "Oh, come on, do the backing vocals," or something like that. That's my dreams are like that. Yeah.
Tell me, how did you get into develop your interest in Irish music? I mean, like there's two, like Eleanor McAvoy and Christy Moore.
Yeah. I don't know. It's from when I was a child on. Yeah. There was an adult in my surroundings who loved Irish music. Not my parents, but somebody we visited sometimes, and I was struck by the melancholy, by the timbre, and then it started with the album LP, the long player of Ride On, Christy Moore. That's the first thing I bought Irish, and then later on, I listened to a lot more, and not only Irish, also Dowie McLean, the Scottish singer. I love him. It's really great, and there's quite some voices, male and female, I really like. And it's not the only music I love. There's much more music I love, but the Celtic, let's say Celtic spirit talks to me, something like that. Yeah, I love it.
Wonderful. So what other musics do you like?
There is recently I like some more Dutch music, because I always thought it was not a nice language to sing in, but there's a lot of nice texts. So now I got over the fact that I think it's not nice to listen to, and I love to sing it because it's closer even to your heart, to your emotions when you sing
in your mother tongue.
And I think it in the beginning it was too close to my emotions, so then you sing it, you become too touched. I love a lot of, let's say, world music, instrumental world music with acoustic instruments, like for example all the music Peter Gabriel made with all kind of international people. I love crossovers. And also the Breton, the French harpist Merzine, who is also a Druid, and he also had nice fusion music with African musicians, and I love crossovers and fusions if it's not for the sake of the no, if it's for the sake of music and sharing, then I love it. Not if it's for the sake of the show.
Yeah.
People coming together and singing and making music, I love that. Yeah.
Oh, it's a huge meeting of souls.
You cannot hide when you sing.
No, you can't. Yeah.
If you're very professional, you can, but if you're just singing, you cannot hide. So you're there.
That's right. Timey says one of her favorite artists, musicians is Herman van Veen.
Yeah. It's a Dutch poet, very poetical singer. Yeah,
Okay.
really. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Before we're going to, we'll move on to another song in a minute, is when you think about the world as it is today and where we're going, or we're not sure where we think we're going or what's going to happen, what concerns do you have?
My biggest concern is always, let's say, polarization.
Yeah.
That we think we're really far apart with convictions and the way things should be done. Because I think if you look into each other's eyes for 1 minute, if you do eye gazing, you love each other, no matter who is there. And I think we are much more alike than what we show in the world. And of course, I'm not better than any human. Sometimes I polarize too, and I think that I know how we should do things. But the more and more I realize I don't know shit. Sorry for the word. I don't know it. But if we talk, we know more. So my concern is, I think I'm a bit of an idealist.
Yeah.
And I always think when we withdraw our own opinion, when we hold it close to us for a while, then we learn. And I'm not like, let's say, a pacifist. I know sometimes you have to say, this is concrete, not further, not. But my dream is, of course, that we can share things and we can learn more, and that we can realize that no matter where you come from, and no matter what you vote, in basic needs and desires and wishes, we are a lot the same.
I think there's more to join us together and to connect us than actually divide us, if we merely look at it.
Yeah.
Was it Gabriella says people are great at adding dividers. That there's more unites us if we look. We have more in common with each other.
Yeah.
And when we can recognize that, the connection, then we can really appreciate the diversity and the differences.
That's it.
Because that's what makes a connection really interesting, when there's difference.
I think when you're young, let's say when I was young, I cannot talk for the others, I thought I was really special. And nobody understood me. And I had insights that were unique, when you're about 17, 18, something like that. And now I realized we have so many shared insights and so many shared wishes and desires and dreams. There's not so many special people. We are all special, or we are, but we're not unique. We are alike.
Yeah.
And
it's just to get back to the polarization, Philosophical Fina says, here in the US, we're really at a really dangerous point with that in society. We've largely lost the ability to have even a dialogue, let alone a healthy debate. It's very dangerous. And I think that's a very sad place to be, because we do need to be able to share ideas. If we're the same, we become dull and boring. And it's about having different perspectives and hearing outsider perspectives, people asking naive questions. But at the moment, it's sometimes quite difficult for people to ask a question, because then they're deemed of some kind. And that naive questions can be really important. You're in an organization, I don't know if you find this with your coaching, that there are assumptions that the organization makes, and nobody's ever questioned it, because you can't question from within.
No.
And then some outsider asks this naive question and they go, I never thought of that before. Well, that's what we've always done. And, you know, it's really important to have outsiders and all sorts of crazy perspectives.
Yeah, and we should
Not
allow
riding
ourselves,
roughshod, but throwing them into the pot.
yeah, we should allow ourselves some freedom. Recently, my daughter, she introduced her love to me.
Go
So
on.
the one she loves came to our house, and then I asked, "Can I ask you 5 questions, which I will not ask in some weeks? Just the questions: How are you with your parents? Do you have brothers and sisters? Do you get along? Stuff like that. And in return, you can ask me 5 questions." So and that was really a lovely talk, because we allowed ourselves to ask freely, just any question. It doesn't matter what. But then I knew what kind of person it was, which I would gladly invite into our house and maybe our family. But if you skip that, you assume that you know things about each other, but it's only assumptions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we should allow ourselves the freedom also to start anew and to say, how are you? Who are you? Where do you come from? Yeah.
So what were the questions they asked you?
What I thought, they're both in the rainbow flag community, so in the LGBTQ etc. community. So there was of course a question: what do you think of us loving each other? And of course my response is, I think you both look really happy, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
So there's questions like that. And I have 4 children who have 2 mothers, so there was some kind of, let's say, good intentions, complicated results. So there was also a question: what was that about? I heard from your daughter, and then please explain me why and how. So that's opening up things. That's nice. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. It's great to have that. Okay, an exchange of 5 questions. I think that's beautiful.
It's a good start. It's a good start. And if you know you survived that, you know questions can be asked later on too.
That's right.
And, yeah.
Ferdiet says, I like to think of questioning as another form of relationship. Questioning can be naive, good-natured, connecting, and in good faith, or quite the opposite, with the same answering the questions. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
But I suppose when it's about what we call in my business respectful curiosity.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
And having a genuine fascination for people.
Yeah.
And so if it's the lover of your child, that you have a genuine interest, fascination, being respectful because she has chosen this person.
Definitely. Yeah.
And you don't have to live with them, but it's about exploring and being open and being willing to answer questions yourself. That's a really important one as well.
Yeah. And if you want to love somebody like my daughter, you should get your way with people they love. You don't need to love them, but you need to. For me, it's okay. I opened my heart, but it's yeah. You need to dare to come closer.
Exactly. Absolutely. So, are you ready for this druidic song?
Yeah. Okay. Great. I love it. There is a song of people I love, their music, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yeah.
Because of their harmonies, and you heard my singing with my kids. We love harmonies. But there was a song which was just a song before I go, and it was about going on the airplane to another gig. And I don't fly.
Okay.
So I thought I cannot sing that song, but I love the melody. So it became a spring song. And it's called now not just a song before I go, but just a song before I grow. Or alternative title, Song of Preparative Power. Just a song before I grow, right under your feet, developing unseen underground, covered by grass and weed. Through the dark cold winter, I dreamed about the light. Now I gain both strength and hope to grow towards the light. I retired into silence when the warmth of sun declined. Fulfillment transformed into peace, and there I got refined. When the snow will melt away, you softly hear me sing. I show my leaves and flowers, and then I'll bring spring. Just a song because I grow right under your feet, developing unseen underground, ready to be free. When the spring is stirring in beast and tree and man, we open up our hearts like buds and breathe as one again. A song of preparation, you might know what I mean. Development undercover, not easy to be seen.
Oh, I didn't want that to end.
It's ending. Yeah.
That is just beautiful. Just beautiful. Wow. Do you thinking of concerns about that polarization? What gives you hope?
I think all the things we see going on where people speak their minds, or people work together, where people express themselves creatively. Yeah, I think there's as much to be really frightened about in the world as there is to be really hopeful about. It is also a matter of which glasses to put on.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yeah, of course, sometimes I tend to see, to notice everything that's going wrong, in my opinion, in my understanding. But also, it's like autumn and spring in the same time. There's always also a lot going on, which tell me, wow, there's people who are really working on it. And yeah, so what gives me hope is that it's always both there. So in fact, there's always a balance between what I see as destruction and what I see as construction, working together. And it's only, I think, when I overvalue spring over fall, then I become stressed. But when I realize it's both there all the time, and it has always been like that, then that's okay.
Okay. And it's interesting. I thought your song was too short and it just ended. And it's like, no. And others says, I could listen to that all evening. So soothing. Me too. I wanted it to go on and on. Beautiful. 30th is leaving us wanting more. And there's something, I don't know if it relates to that. If you don't have that balance, it's that beautiful between being held and then it ends. It's like that.
Yeah.
Things are there and then they come to
they finish
and then they come back again, because if you talk about the wheel of life, they come back again. So Philosophical Phoenix says that's a really helpful metaphor. Thank you. There's a few comments about Sinead O'Connor. People are sad about her passing, which was a real shock when I heard that yesterday. And
56 years old.
An incredible voice. Oh my God. I've just listened to her, anytime I'm listening to the radio, they're playing her, and and she's all over the newspapers here in Ireland, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
incredibly sad. Just there's somebody who spoke out, who was fearless.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, obviously not without pain. And then her son died.
Yeah,
Maybe
some
a year
years ago.
ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah,
just a very
yeah.
short time. Really, really sad. So anyway, we would say Er Yesh an Banje Gorawa Hanum. It's my paraphrase, but may her soul rest on the right hand side of the goddess.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we are coming to the end of our time, and my last two questions are: what is your favorite season, and what is your favorite ceremony, on the wheel of the year to celebrate?
My favorite season is always the one that I'm preparing.
Good.
Yeah, it's true. Really. Just like my favorite vegetable is always the one who's about to be ready to be harvested.
Okay.
So from early spring, yeah. It's really the one you're working on. The one you're working with talks the most to you. Yeah, I have no real favorite. Maybe Imbolc is a bit favorite because of the fragility. New starts, yeah. Maybe. Okay, when I have to choose, maybe it's Imbolc. Yeah.
It's interesting because Gabriella has been betting since we started here on what answer. So she said spring and Samhain, and then Devourer said Lunasa and spring, and everything's so close. And for me, I have favorite seasons, but each ceremony it's never my favorite. It's like I don't say, oh, I don't like this one.
No,
I can't wait for the next one. Each one, I suppose, because the significance of each one has such a resonance and such an importance for me.
Yeah, they all
and
bring
that
a lot.
With being with the landscape. I mean, I enjoy long evenings, so I enjoy the summer, but I also like, my transitions from light to dark, I always find it hard. But once I've passed the autumn equinox, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's that coming into September, and it's like, oh, but once it's past it, I'm ready. Once I'm in the dark, I'm fine.
You're cool with it, yeah.
I'm cool with it, but I have more energy, long evenings. I really, really enjoy that, doing more in the summer. But so there was a lovely response to your singing that song as well. Who was it again?
The melody is of Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and the text is of me.
It's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. It's funny. Lisa says people here in West sometimes want to rush August because it's fire and heat, but I don't want to rush winter. Yeah, hear you about September. And funny, it's not. There's no fire and heat, and well, sometimes we get a nice August. In Ireland, people whinge and whine about the weather. So in June, there were people complaining because it was hot, and I said, because it was a particularly hot June, I said, do not complain. So now we have a wet July, and people are complaining.
Yeah, of course.
Just be grateful for what we have, that we actually get rain. So Jamara says, I'd like 175 days of autumn, 60 days of winter, and the rest can be spring and summer. I can't do the ads. So you're more of and I like any weather, because all of it's right. Here where I'm living, we don't have intense heat. And Gabrielle says there were 40 degrees centigrade here and full on rain today. So today it wasn't raining. So here, so
but we can, I think as soon as we go out, we can enjoy any weather. Maybe not extreme heat and sun, but we can enjoy everything. And as a plant man, I know we need everything too.
Oh yeah, it's like
Yeah.
in June when I could see brown grass, and this is Ireland now where everything is green. I'm thinking, oh, we need rain. We
Yeah, we
need
need
rain. You know,
yeah.
it's yeah. Listen, Taco, it's been a joy talking to you, and for braving, you know, your debut journey on front of a screen, public, and so well done. And maybe this might be the first of many viewings.
Yeah.
If you've gotten over your antipathy towards, this isn't quite the silver screen, but
No, it was not antipathy. No. It was more, I don't know.
yeah, it's strange if you're not used to it.
Now I know, and now I know how nice it is. That's it.
And there's some lovely comments, you see. What a wonderful fireside chat. Thank you, Eimear and Taco. What do you say? It's been a real pleasure spending the evening with and getting to know Taco. Such a wise soul. You see, thank you, Eimear. This is from Carmen. She's in Spain. Thank you, Eimear, for all the interesting chats. Have a rest. Okay. Would love to see Taco again. This is Marcella. Well done and thank you. Lovely chat from you both. Heartfelt and gentle. That's Ferdiad. So lovely, Taco. You don't need to fear the screen. A lovely warm chat to listen to. That's from Rosemary. Thank you both for this fireside chat and song. So pleased I stopped by. Thank you both so much. Enjoy the chat and the music. A screen natural. That's from Alan Hoskins, and he's in Clare. Thank you both so much. A lovely evening and didn't miss the beginning. That's from Karen. Thank you both. That's from Eimear. It's so nice to be with you all. So there you are. People really, really appreciate it. And I do, because I had a very, very tiny conversation with you at Driada. And for selfish reasons, I love having these conversations. And I mean, there's even people I've known for a long time and didn't know them until we can get here. And instead of having a private conversation in my sitting room, we have a public one. And
yeah, I love it. I love the talk. Really, it was nice to spend this evening together. Yeah.
And I just loved 3 songs. That was just lovely. So I really, really appreciate that. And Gordon says, great. I had that stop at Stony Beach to listen. Thanks. Thanks to the two of you for a lovely side chat again, fireside chat. Greece, that's Taimi, who's in Finland. So it was very, very lovely. I'd love to have you back in the kitchen. Oh, Devara keeps talking about me having a podcast in the kitchen with Eimear cooking. I don't know. He's back at that again. Anyway, it's lovely. So the music was beautiful and it's been a lovely evening. Happy growing. So
yeah, let's go. Yeah.
I'll let you say goodbye to everybody, and if you say good night.
Yeah, thank you very much. We'll meet each other again somewhere, and be well.
So don't you go anywhere. I'm just going to send you back to the green room and I'll just say goodbye to everybody. So thank you all for being here for this wonderful evening, this wonderful chat with Taco. I really, really enjoyed it. And so I will be taking the summer off. So I'll be back on the first Thursday of September. Let me just see. It will be, I'm back on the 7th of September. So I hope you all have wherever you are, a wonderful August, however that'll be. I'm looking forward to that. Does Taco have a channel where we can listen to his music? I don't think so. I'll bring it. No, he doesn't. So anyway, talking about cooking, I got myself a Dutch oven, speaking of the Netherlands, and I was camping recently with somebody who had a Dutch oven and she made a cake, 2 cakes. So I'm really looking forward to trying that out. So anyway, but that's not in the kitchen, that's by the campsite. So listen, I look forward to seeing you again in September. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, if you're watching a recording of this chat. And I look forward to seeing you all in September. Until then, remember our Lunasa ceremony, our online Lunasa ceremony is on the 6th. It is the 6th, isn't it? My goodness. No, it's the 5th. the 5th of August, Saturday the 5th of August at 7 p.m. UK time. I'll be there for that. I'll be here for that. So in the meantime, be well, okay? Slán go fóill.